Good morning and welcome to the Community Connection, the Inner Harbor Cast. My name is Skip Clark. I am your host again this week, and another great program for you. As you know, with the Inner Harbor Cast, we reach out into the community, being locally owned and operated. There are a lot of organizations here in town, 501c3 organizations that have a lot to do with how we live and what we do every day, and a lot of great causes. And this morning is one of those. I'm talking to Nikki, who is with Little Tags, and she is the founder of that. Her husband is in here, Jason, as well. And good morning to you both. Thanks for coming in. And you're going to tell us a little bit about what Little Tags is all about. First of all, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see you guys.
Good morning, Skip.
Thank you for being here. For listeners who may be hearing about Little Tags for the first time, can you share who Nathan Bush was and what he meant to those around him? Nikki, being you are his sister.
Yeah.
So why don't you start?
So Little Tags, we had started about 5 years ago. As you had said, it's a nonprofit, 501c3. Nate was a big avid hunter, loved to take kids out in the woods, kind of show them the ropes on, just what to do in the outdoors. We tragically lost him in an accident. So we started this foundation in his memory.
Mm-hmm. I know it's hard to talk about. I totally get it. And how long ago was the
it was in 2020, so it was five and a half years ago.
Was this in Tully?
Yes.
It was.
Yep,
I think I read
Tully.
about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we started this foundation. We wanted to, help out kids and families deal with, the financial burden of a lifetime license. So we give out the lifetime licenses at no cost to the family or the child.
Oh, wow. So obviously losing Nathan was devastating. Mm-hmm. Very devastating. It's just hard to even fathom that happening, but it does happen, and unfortunately. But you're putting all those memories and everything to great cause. What was the moment or conversation that sparked the idea to turn that tragedy into something so meaningful?
So it was my mom and my sister. We were kind of just sitting around the breakfast bar at my parents' house, and we were just, we didn't want to do a scholarship. We didn't want to do anything, kind of that everybody's done, and it just kind of came about. The name in itself, tags. We used to get a little tag, when you used
was
to go
like
hunting.
when you're hunting, you get your tag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it just came together, and we created the logo, and we thought we'd give out maybe 2 to 3 a year, and it's surpassed that by a lot. So
I love that, and so his legacy lives on by doing something like this. I can see that. I can understand that. So how did you land? Well, you just kind of talked about the mission and all that and landed on, giving out these lifetime tags. But explain in your own words what Little Tags Foundation does. Now, you do the tags, but is there any more to that?
So we do the tags. We also do the merchandise. If we sell the merchandise, but if people need, hunting clothes, any gear except for firearms, we can't do that. They can apply online, and they can get it that way. We're trying to expand with mentors and stuff, and we would love to build a lodge someday, but that does cost a lot of money. So
Never say never.
Yeah, never. Right. Never say never.
Exactly. Never say never, but that's one of the goals. And you said you give out these tags. Why is it so important to provide lifetime hunting and fishing licenses instead of the annual ones?
So we believe that the outdoors is more than just recreation. It's a way to teach patience, responsibility, and respect for the environment and the value of quality time. By investing in our youth now, we ensure those traditions and values will be passed on for generations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think, me growing up, my dad was a hunter. My brother-in-laws, they all go out. It's hard to get them together for a Thanksgiving dinner, if you know what I mean, because they're all out in the field doing their thing.
Yeah.
But it's so important. And I like the fact that it's also together time. Maybe a father and a son go out, or maybe, even the women are hunting and everybody sticks together and you have that bonding.
Yeah.
Did you hunt?
Yes,
You did?
it's been many years. I
Okay.
don't have time, but my teenage daughters.
Yeah.
They are showing interest, and I would like to get back out there with them. So yes, I did used to hunt.
Yeah. Jason, tell me a little bit about your side of this. You're Nikki's husband, you're involved, you've been there since day one.
I have been there since day one. That she made mention of the conversation that her mother and her sister were having around the breakfast bar at her mother's house. What it was, there was a few extra bucks that people had donated to, during the funeral time and all of that, and they wanted to do something that would promote what Nate was interested in, which was the outdoors. And it wasn't just necessarily hunting. He was a hunter, he was a fisher, he was a fisherman, he was a trapper, he was a woodsman, he was a logger.
Love the outdoors.
Yeah, outdoors. He's an outdoors guy.
Yeah.
And he would take it upon himself to take a kid that was interested and just show him the ropes. And that was kind of the premise of it. So as they started to build this thing, Nikki and I have a bit of a reputation locally in our community for helping folks in need through benefits and such. And I have a bit of a knack for being
You're
able
blessed.
to raise money.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my side of it. I'm
Your
very much
support.
I'm very much involved in
Yeah.
working the donations and helping to make
Well,
this thing go along.
Yeah, the
And,
community is very lucky to have
Yes.
you both.
Yeah.
Somebody that wants to give back and somebody that wants to put meaning to something and make it all work. I mean, you're talking about building this lodge down the road, and that could be a goal that,
Yeah.
like I said, never say never, because it can happen. We know it can happen. I've talked to other organizations where they've set goals and then they've come back and said, guess what? We got a grant. We made this happen. We did this. And now we have maybe in your situation, you're going to come back and tell me, well, we got our lodge.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and
Yep.
that's what I want you to do. Could you you also provide gear, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And what type of gear are we talking about? And how do you decide what a youth needs to get started?
So basically, the gear is, safety gear. That's, when you're hunting, you have to do your safety course. If that costs money, we will. In New York State, usually it's a small fee, but if they need help with that, we will provide the funds for it to get the safety course done. But it's your jackets, your blaze orange. If they need the tree stand gear, the harness stuff, all of those items, fishing poles, bows. We can't do firearms. But basically anything you need in
Tree
the woods,
stands,
blinds,
you're talking
tree
about.
stands.
Yeah.
Yep.
How important now? The tree stand. How important is that? I know people that hunt and they go sit in the stands and they don't strap themselves in. Then I heard about a situation where somebody fell out of a tree stand.
Yeah.
That individual is no longer with us. So,
Your tree
is that-
harness, it's
you
safety
have to.
first. You
Yeah,
have to,
safety first.
especially with these young kids. They're usually most kids. They are
They're kids.
They're kids. They're grown up with it, but you never know. You could easily trip and
fall. So, do either of you have a story about maybe a particular kid or family who really reminded you of why little tags exist? Is there something that sticks out in your mind, or is it just
We have so many, tons of great stories of people applying and reaching out if they need a license and their family can't afford it. I don't have just one story. No, there's a lot. We've given out over
I
200
I can add a little to
licenses.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason?
So since its inception, like Nikki stated earlier, we intended to give out, her first year she intended to give out 3 or 4 licenses. So we have so far surpassed 200 licenses for over $125,000 given out.
dude? That's awesome.
So the amount of stories that I'm sure her head is flooding right now because she
I
reads them
can
all.
see the look on her face. I know
There's
this is radio, but if you could see the look
Yeah.
on her face.
There's through the application process, which is on our website, which Nikki can give you, a child can apply, and the application is set up to the type of, it can be anything that they need that falls in our parameters. So there's several stories. I mean, we get applications that are hand printed in crayon,
Yeah.
and we love those.
Pictures.
Those are, if we can get a picture, if we can get a video of a kid, if you can get a video of a kid stating that they want to go hunt so they can hunt with their aunt, uncle, father, mother, or grandparent, brother, sister, and or if they want to fish, the same. It applies to all of it, but it's there's literally hundreds of stories.
We
Every
love
single
getting the
one.
crayon ones, the
Yeah.
ones that we get in the mail, and it's just like, oh my God, it's just awesome.
How do you hold it together? I mean,
Sometimes she doesn't.
and I understand. I don't know if I could.
We have a huge support system.
Knowing, first of all, the legacy and everything about this, and
Yeah.
then when you receive those letters or the drawings that are in crayon,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, wow,
Yeah, it is.
wow,
And I'll tear up now.
heartwarming too.
Yeah.
How many youth would you say you have helped?
So right now, with just the licenses, not including the gear, 205 licenses we've given out, and that is approximately $128,000 that we've given in 5 years. This past fundraiser that we did in September, we raised our biggest yet was $43,000.
Let's talk about the fundraisers.
Yeah.
So
It's incredible. It's fun.
So what kind of fundraisers do you do throughout the year?
That's really it. The other thing that we do, we started going to the Fairgrounds of Sportsman show, the expo. That's in January this year. We have the can and bin drive. That is big. We have bins around Cortland. People drop off cans, and all that money goes towards it. And then we just have local supporters that'll, kind of cut a check and mail it to us throughout the year.
So it's
one fundraiser.
It's one big fundraiser.
Yep.
It's like 365 days out of the year. It
Yeah.
goes on 24/7.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
And when we say that, I'm saying like you go to the website, which is
LittleTagsFoundation.org.
.org, littletagsfoundation.org. And if somebody like myself or somebody listening to this right now says, this is pretty awesome, and I hope you do, that you know what, I want to give a little. I have a little extra. It's holiday season too, and I want to give a little bit.
So we do have PayPal, Venmo that you can do it through. You can
Click on a
do
link,
check.
says donate.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Does anybody write checks?
Actually, we do get quite a few checks.
I'd like to speak on this.
Please do.
We will take donations in any form, cash check, any type of Venmo, Cash App. We have it all. It's all on our website.
Cool.
We have several businesses that would like to. Some of them would like to be known. Some of them would like to remain anonymous, but are very much behind our mission of
I love your mission.
getting kids outside and creating situations where they can be and spend time with their families in a heritage type
See,
situation.
I think we need that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
We have a lot of grandparents too that apply for their grandchildren, which I think is awesome. Just to hear it kind of, the story for why their grandchild wants to get out there, whether it's in the grandchild's words or the grandparents, it's rewarding.
I love that. How many? Well, let me ask you this: you're talking about the kids getting out there. It's different today than it was years ago.
Yeah.
A lot different, and I'm
lot.
sure you both know that.
Yep.
Have you noticed a shift in how kids are getting introduced to the outdoors in this generation compared to the past decade? And what have you noticed?
Right now, we noticed, they're taking their safety courses online, which if you got to do it, you got to do it. But
I went
if you
to the community building.
if you can
in
get to
Camillus,
us,
I think it was.
we have tons of sportsman clubs around here that offer, usually at no cost.
Yes.
So if anybody needs, a list of those clubs around you, reach out to us. We'll get them to you. But we do notice a shift in they're doing it online instead of actually going and doing it in hands-on. You learn more when it's hands-on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No matter what we do
That's
in
the
life,
biggest
if you
shift
got
that we
hands
see.
on, that's
Yeah.
you learn.
You
the
grasp
most.
it more.
You do.
It sinks in.
Absolutely. I think doing
add-
what I do, it's been hands on.
Yeah.
Where I've
to
learned the
add a
most.
little
Yep.
to that topic
Sure.
as well, like we spoke earlier of that long-term goal of the lodge. That's a far and distant goal right now, but it maybe is a feasible goal at some point in time, depending on donations and with the effort we put forth. That we would like to hold classes and events for kids to come and have it be a family oriented place.
That would be
Yep.
awesome.
yeah, just
Yeah.
That would be the place.
a nice place out somewhere where kids
Have
can
you?
learn.
Didn't mean to cut you off. I
No worries.
apologize. Have you? I mean, we have Dick's Sporting Goods. We have Bass Pro Shops. We have stores like Cabela's. We have stores like that. Do you get involved with them?
We have reached out to them. I have written letters.
But it's big corporation,
Big
and it's hard to
corporations.
get through the door.
They don't reach out. I write them letters,
hard.
like mail it, and I email, and we've gotten no response.
Maybe somebody's listening to
Maybe.
this. We need your help.
We would love a contact if someone has one.
Yeah.
They could reach out to us on the website and get
An
a hold of
endowment
Nikki.
would be awesome.
We would. It's a goal for us to gain a large sponsor like that. Hopefully, somebody will hear what we're trying to do here.
So when do they have to complete the safety course at a young age? Is
12
that
years
12?
old.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And that's how you qualify for the license.
Well, you qualify for the license. You can get it from when you have a Social Security number, a birth certificate, and then we do it until 18. So they can apply, whether it's the child or the parent, they can apply whenever.
So you've started the Little Tags Foundation. I'm talking with Nikki, who is the founder, and Jason, her husband, who is like your backbone right now, keeping you. I mean, this has got to be very difficult for you to do. I think every time this happens, your mind must immediately go back to that place in time, how it all started, which is very difficult. But you know what? You're blessed and you're standing strong.
Yeah.
And you're getting the word out there because you know that Nathan would have wanted this.
Oh, yeah.
Nathan would, and he's there and he's,
Yeah.
watching these kids
Oh,
go out
yes, he
and
is.
do this because he absolutely loves it. But, as a not-for-profit that began from this very personal place, what were some of the early challenges in getting the foundation established? Did you have a tough time doing that, or?
Yeah, the 501c3, as everybody knows, it's U.S. wide, but to get that status, it did take some time. So that was probably the biggest hurdle. The second hurdle was just getting the name out there. Now that we're 5 years in, more people are hearing about it. Word's getting out. That was the big, and I mean the other hurdle too is just dealing with the reminder of why we started this. But I mean, other than that, my mom and my sister, Natalie and Wave of Bush, they're great supporters, and they're the backbone too.
Your hometown is Cortland?
Truxton.
So
Yep.
you're right in deer country.
Yeah.
You're down in Preble. You're down where I got a speeding ticket on 81. But you're in that area. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a whole different subject. But still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I do remember that trooper coming down the ramp. But I'm just all kidding aside. That is like my brother-in-laws, they go to Truxton. They're in Preble. I got so many friends, so many local artists, country artists that get out there, and that's where they usually go to hunt. So you're right in
Yeah.
the heart of that, as well as the fishing.
Yes.
I mean, in that area.
Yeah. Yep.
So where do you hope Little Tags is 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I would have loved to secure a plot of land and to get, start thinking about the lodge and building it. I would love to hit that 500 license threshold, which is, I think it's pretty doable.
Have
It's pretty
you?
doable. Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Have you wanted to expand? Has anybody approached you saying, you're doing this here? This Little Tags idea that you have is tremendous. Now, maybe another state, we have Pennsylvania. It's big hunting territory as well. It's Southern Tier.
It is.
But this
We
sounds
haven't
like
had
to me.
anybody approach us.
they
In our
need to.
bylaws, we are U.S. wide.
Okay.
So we can give in other states.
Okay.
We just have not had the opportunity yet.
Or maybe other organizations or other people wanting to do what you do come to you to find out how you did it, and then it expands. So
Yeah.
So his
Yep.
legacy is not only Nathan's legacy is not only here, it's everywhere, and
Right.
it needs to be because of
Yes.
what he's doing. Are there outdoor experiences or mentorship elements you'd like to add one day? I mean, you talked about getting some mentors.
Yeah, we have quite a few people that are interested in mentoring. But in order for us to take full advantage of that, it's just really honing in on we have so many sportsman clubs. And I like to do it right the first time. So it's just doing the research that we need to do.
You're right. We have a lot of sportsmen's clubs, and I know you're going to be at the show in January.
Yes.
But do you actually go to those clubs and represent Little Tags and talk to the men and women that are
We
there?
have a couple of times, but not a lot. Again, it's only 6 of us all together
Sure.
to go out and do that. So it is time is. There's not enough of us. Put it that way.
Wow. I'm starting to think about everything.
Yeah, it's
When you think about Nathan and everything Little Tags has become, what do you hope he would say if he could tell you something right now? Nikki, what the heck you doing? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much probably how he would say it.
That's kind of how he would say it.
Was he,
He would be you just mentioned the mentor thing, and Nikki mentioned it earlier. Nate was doing that on his own.
God.
He basically started our premise without even knowing that this was going to happen. Obviously, he didn't know that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And he didn't, but he was already doing all these things. He wasn't buying kids licenses, but he was certainly giving them his time.
If you
and
want to
his
go
knowledge.
hunting, I'll go with you.
Exactly. He would,
Yep.
teach a kid how to throw tackle and bait a hook and
Yep.
fish and trap and all of it.
Yeah.
He basically started the mentor part of it before we ever started.
Now, what got Nathan involved with this? Let's go way back
This is
even
family.
further.
This is my dad.
All right.
Yeah, Dad.
Joe Bush?
Did it every time he could. When the season opened up, even when the season wasn't open, he was cleaning his traps. He's still with us.
I was going to
it
ask.
was Dad.
Yeah, he is.
It was Dad.
Yeah. Oh, God
So
bless him.
a Joe Bush story. It's funny you mentioned earlier about the Thanksgiving Day stuff. Joe Bush normally has his Thanksgiving dinner either late or we're waiting a little bit
Yeah.
for him. And when Nate was alive,
Totally
we were waiting
can
for the
relate.
both of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
totally.
it's
Totally.
a day. They plan
Oh, yeah.
to eat late, and that's how it's going to be.
It
you
is.
know, so
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely part of Nikki's family heritage.
Yeah.
It comes way down. It comes down from Joe's dad right on
Yeah.
down through, and I'm sure it came
Aunts,
from way
uncles,
above that.
yeah.
Way back. It's
Yeah.
hunting and fishing and outdoor life is
So-
a way of life for them, for sure.
Family of loggers.
Little loggers.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, Truxton, Preble. Let's just,
Yep.
and it's a beautiful area. LittleTagsFoundation.org is the
Yes.
website.
Yep.
Now, if somebody goes on there, you said they could donate, they can get information about what you're doing. Can they?
They also can apply on there as well. There's an
okay.
application
yes,
process.
there's an application, and that application process that comes to you,
Yes.
and then
So
you
it-
review it. How does all that work?
So it'll come to us, and we have a committee that actually goes through all of the applications, the ones that are online and then the ones that are mailed. And then they pick out the ones that, that resonate most on what our mission is. And then we contact them. We let them know. We actually do write checks. We cut the checks right to the local city clerk and town clerk because we have learned that 50% of those funds stay within that town. So we don't do big box stores. Sorry.
No.
But we want
I
the
know
money
why.
there. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
And
Nothing
then they
better.
get it. The checks are made out to that city clerk for lifetime licenses, and then they'll just start getting everything in the mail, and that's it.
Well, one final question. What does success look like to you? Is it a number, a feeling, a legacy, or something else? I know these are my notes.
Definitely, I would say a feeling.
Yeah.
The legacy as well. But yeah, it's the feeling.
Jason,
So,
I'm putting you on the spot, dude.
I'm just going to speak it straight.
Please do.
Nikki and her family are the legacy and the feeling,
Yeah.
and not to divide us. We're not divided at all, but without the funds, we can't continue.
Correct.
Bottom line.
Well, that's.
But even for me, it's more about the heritage of it. It's,
No,
it's
and I
just a
totally
really
understand
cool
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's
You'll-
getting kids out doing things.
Yeah.
Nobody
We
can
have
argue with
supporters
that.
that don't
you know?
even hunt. They don't even. They're doing it. They're giving us the funds because it's helping the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it hits every aspect of the different types of people that support Little Tags.
Do you two have kids?
We do.
You
We do.
Do they
Yep.
hunt?
So I have one, Brooke hunts. Bailey, she loves to fish. So yeah,
So
they
you
do.
have two young daughters.
Yes, they're 15.
Okay.
They're twins.
Okay.
And
Oh, my Lord.
Your daughter.
I have an adult daughter,
Okay.
Elena. She's not interested in the hunting, fishing, but she's definitely an outdoors person, hiking,
Nice.
that sort of
See,
thing.
there's a lot to being outdoors.
yeah,
Yes.
There's
a whole
way
lot.
more than just
Yep.
the hunting and the fishing.
And this
for sure.
all kind of reflects on that.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah. You're both very strong. And I want to thank you both for being here today to tell us a little bit more about Little Tags Foundation. LittleTagsFoundation.org is the website. Please, as Nikki and Jason were saying, this cannot continue without the funding. And being a 501c3, it's a nonprofit, which also means, it is the holidays. Make a donation. Do what you can do for this organization. It's a tax write-off. It's a 501c3.
Yep.
And there's, we're all looking for those angles right now. It's just the way life is
Yeah.
with the money.
We
so.
will be getting ready to go through the applications right now. We always give some for Christmas. So the parents, when they receive them, they put them under the tree. And we're looking to do 15 or 20 more licenses for the holidays. So
So,
Yeah.
To speak to the
Yes.
to the donation part too, I'm a small business owner, so is Nikki.
Sure.
This is the time of year where small business and large business owners are looking for a place to donate some money, and Nikki can certainly provide the proper paperwork for any donations that do
there would
come
be
in.
a contact email, phone number if somebody
yes.
wanted
Right on the
to.
website.
Yeah, I kind of figured
Yep,
that as much.
everything's there.
Yeah, littletagsfoundation.org. Please do what you can. When I found out about this, I said, this is going to be one of the best interviews I ever did. And when we're local and we're hometown and a nonprofit on top of that, and all just for a great cause.
Yeah.
And, Nathan Bush will live forever.
he will.
He will.
Definitely will.
Absolutely. And it's a tragedy that you've turned around and made into something good.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
it's never good in the way of the way it all went down, but
Correct.
he's watching you do this right now, and
Yeah.
he
is.
you know exactly what I mean.
Yep.
Jason and Nikki, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
LittleTagsFoundation.org, the website. Please do what you can do. All right, and help them out. Here they are, local, and if you hunt, if you fish, you just love the outdoors, this is the organization you need to get involved with. Tell your friends about. If, like Jason said, being a small business owner, if you know somebody in that situation, say, hey, dude, guess what? You know what? I know you love to hunt, but have you heard about Little Tags? You need to get involved. It's local.
Yes.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
God bless you both. You're on a mission, and it's awesome.
Thanks.
Skip, thank you for having us. We appreciate the whole Little Tags family appreciates you having us.
Well, appreciate you right back on what you're doing.